Good morning, good afternoon, good night from wherever you guys are watching this. Today is Monday. Happy Monday, September 29th. So far in the market, I just placed an order on Costco, but this morning has been a learning, training, and reflecting experience. Um, I am in the process of learning how to read finance news. I've been using Yahoo Finance and CNBC, but CNBC was kind of difficult for me to understand. So I have been using Yahoo Finance to pick my new tickers that I want to learn and experience. Um, I just want to try new sectors like tech sect, um, let's see what else. I've been using ChatGPT too. That is a major help, a major key. You can literally ask ChatGPT anything to help guide you with your trading journey. Trying to see where. Let's see. Let me actually just show you guys. So it's not here anymore, but the top news, well, I am in the stock market news. It was just the general news overall. But the top news was mainly the federal rate cuts that's about to happen, the housing. There's actually some housing that's apparently in the process of being sold, and something with AI. And they had like stocks attached to it that could affect it, which is very helpful. So it had NVDA, Tesla, um, some retail, coin, and energy, which makes sense for the housing and resources. But so far, it is 1 p.m. I only looked at the positions that I was in. That's in my way. And I learned a lot from my mistakes. So if you guys have watched my previous videos, when it comes down to SPY, I have bought SPY at the highest peak up here at my buy side liquidity. And I bought it at $665.50. And I was trying to learn how to intraday trade. So as I was holding, I was getting impatient, using my emotions, which is what is against trading. And I wanted to get out, and somewhere in my journal, I got out at 662. So I took a $350 loss. But what I did on not trading, on Thinkorswim, I had put an alert on the charts because I was just curious. So to put an alert, a price action alert, you just left click, hit alert. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It was that easy. Can I undo that? Cancel. Oh, delete. Okay, good. Oh, I still got more alerts here. That's where I got the alert. So today at opening, price went up to $664 and change. And I have my alert set at $664. So now I see how alerts can work. As soon as that hit, I could have sold there, right? Because I still have lost money, but it would have been a lesser loss. Is that the right verbiage? Lesser loss? Yeah, so at the highest right now, it's closed at $665.11. So just imagine if I would have just followed my alert. And then on top of that, this is why you have to follow your strategy. I was impatient because I still had the intraday mindset. I bought, I hope I didn't move that. I bought up here, was decided to hold. That was around September 23rd, September 22nd. Seen this fair value gap and gave up around here, I believe. Yeah, wherever it hits 662. I gave up somewhere around here. Or did I give up here? Friday. Yeah, I think I exited out on Friday. Friday. So I waited within the same week. If I would have just waited till the start of this week, I would have at least lost less. So this is where you have to pivot, right? I didn't trust my strategy. I seen this fair value gap. I knew this candle wouldn't have last. I knew price was going to eventually come back to this because the body of the candle hit that, not the wick, not liquidity. Liquidity did not hit that. So if I would have paid attention, I would have seen that I probably have to go down. But there is a new buy side liquidity. As you guys can already see, I have 3 buy side liquidities. This is at the highest rank where SPY went. And this was my normal range of buy side liquidity. If I would have followed my strategy, hold until today, you can see price came back to liquidity, right? I'm trying to zoom out. Up in this range, price hit my liquidity. Today would have been the best day to sell, execute a sell for SPY. So definitely a big major lesson. I'm understanding liquidity more now. You cannot just look at the 5-minute chart as an intraday trader. You have to look at your overall hours, days, month. I don't go to 12 months. I mean, I do just to see how the heels look, but I don't normally go that far. The furthest I went was 3 months, but I usually stick to 1 month or less. But yeah, that was my lesson for SPY. Costco today. So earlier this morning, Costco canceled my OCO order. I had it where I put a stop loss at, I added this today too. I put a stop loss at 907 and change. I bought at 908. That was my mistake first and foremost. You don't want to put a stop loss directly underneath your entry price because you want to save room. Now I'm out. So I have put a order to either sell 100 shares at 929, because if you didn't watch my other video, I seen that. I don't think I was on this chart. I mean, on this time frame. What time frame was that on? Okay, this is the daily chart. From what I got, around this price range is the norm, right? Since June. No. Lowest end. Since November of last year. So I assumed, I don't think assume is an appropriate word in the trading industry, but I have belief that price will, what is this box? Price will go back into this range, right? But that's not being an intraday trader. So I was willing to hold. but price actually dropped below. I gotta find my sell side liquidity now. Price dropped below my 907 stop loss. So I had the order where sell 50 shares if price sells below 907. And I had 100 shares. I only wanted to sell 50 because I still wanted to, what's the term? I still wanted to, there's a term. I still wanted to scale. I still wanted to scale out because looking back at the chart, 903, well, 907 is actually a new low, right? Here's 903. Price has never touched that. So I knew if I was to hold, price would increase back up. So I only want to sell 50. That way I could still have my position and scale. But I had also do this or that. So sell 50 or sell 100 at 929 and change. It hit price hit 50 first, hit 907 first. So unfortunately it canceled my 929. So I had to go back and put in another order, which I will show you guys live. I didn't show this on Friday. I had just did it on my own. So now I could actually show you guys. So yeah. And now going towards what I found on Yahoo Finance earlier. I'm just gonna watch the video because the video is at a high right now. But the video is also a lesson because it actually, did I talk about the video already? Or is that Spy? Did I talk about the video? I don't even remember. I think that was Spy I talked about earlier. Right? I know I definitely talked about Spy. It just looked the same. And I didn't want to repeat myself. I don't remember mentioning the video except for when I was talking about Yahoo. No, because I would have said that NVDA actually had 300 shares trying to be big and bad too soon. So I bought 100 shares at 180. I cannot remember the date. 180.10. I can't remember the date. It's in my journal though. And then I bought another 200 shares at 178 the same day, trying to be big and bad. Seen this imbalance, but once again, same lesson with SPY. I was still holding on to the intraday mentality where I only wanted to hold for a few days. But if I would have waited, mind you, this was last week. If I would have waited this week on Monday, price went back to my imbalance. Remember, imbalance is different from fair value gap because imbalance is closing versus opening gap. It's just that gap between two candles versus fair value gap is between three candles, okay? Today, it went and completed my imbalance. I'm more upset about this one than SPY. SPY was a little all over the place, but this one, I just did not trust my strategy. If I would have just hold it out, as you can see, price did not reach at all until today. If I would have just held my position until the next week, there's where price completed my imbalance. And I could have made much more profit instead of losing. I think I only lost like $78, but still, it was a loss because I didn't follow my strategy. So now we're caught up to date to what I've been doing. I had just bought more of Costco. I bought 50 shares. As you can see on Thinkorswim, I bought 50 shares today at 12.47 because price is at a low. And now I'm going to execute my stop loss. And I will show you guys what I would ask ChatGPT. So I tell ChatGPT what I do every day, every second, whatever I do, just so it can give me feedback. So here, I put about, bought another 50 shares of Costco. Now I have a total of 100 shares again. Bought this at $12.50. So it lets me know my current position because I told them what I had it done in the past. My lessons here just reminded me, like, put my stop loss lower and reestablish my exit plan. So I want to ask, how low should I set my stop loss? Give it some time to think. Okay. After re-entry, stop, cost utility. Don't pick a random number. Yeah, right, because before I continue on reading, if I bought at 9:04 today, I would honestly put it at, let me find the sell side liquidity. I want to let me look at the 4-hour range. So this was my previous sell side liquidity. Honestly, I like that position. Got my points. It's just dropping below. That's why I bought. Buy side liquidity. Finding equal highs and lows. I like this one right here. I like those two. Price just hit above there. I'm on a 4-hour. And I'm going to drop it down to an hour. Yeah, this would be my highest point. For some reason, I love the 15-minute chart too. I feel like 15-minute gives a general good detail. Like, see how high your buy side liquidity is? This is from August. I probably actually want to find another one as an intraday mindset, like here, equal highs. And now this will be my buy side liquidity for today's range. This is my imbalance from opening. This is an all-time low. We are at the pulpit. I'm gonna put 899. Stop at 903. I bought at 904, but ChatGPT did my average cost between my 50 shares at 908 and what I just bought at 904. So just a $2 to $5 difference. Not too tight, not too loose. I got it. I'm gonna put 900 then. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to go to Costco, and I actually want to add an alert. No, I don't actually know. So, sell, right? This is live OCO, okay? OCO, other other cancels, one cancels other. Okay, so I want to sell 100 shares. I want to sell once price hits 9. Should I put it back on there? Why not? 92960. Somewhere up here. Thing is, do I want to create a stop loss? Because during this time, the market is actually, retail is going down. Or I can just hold until, I think I want to hold Costco and work on another sector. So I'm gonna still put a stop loss just for this example, just because we're on paper money. But if this was on actual money, I wouldn't. I would have held for months until price hits back up to 929. Okay, so I'm gonna do limits. Yes, limits, markets, limit, because market is doing it right then and there. Limit order. Good till canceled. I don't want to put it on day because this whole position that I'm placing will cancel at 4 p.m. and I will have to come back later today or tomorrow to place another order. Good until day. Good till cancel. GTC. Do I want to sell all 50 shares? No. I want to sell, probably want to sell 25 because I still want to be in Costco position. I don't want to sell too much. Sell 25 shares. This is my limit for stop. My stop. Stop is stop loss. Good till canceled. 900. We just don't know what this market's going to be like. It closed recently at 907. Should I put 900? 903. That's $3 short. I am going to set an alert for like 902. I'll put 900. All right. And that's it. Make sure you're on or. Do this or that. And is do this and that. Which mark the that how is that possible? Not with this type of predicament. Or then is do this, then do that. But how you gonna sell 100 and then sell 25 when it drops? When you don't have any more positions? I probably could have did sell 25 when it gets here, then sell another 25 when it gets there. But in this example, I don't want to do that. So I like this. I'm gonna hit review, send that order. And it's gonna stay in your working position. It's not gonna be in filled. It's gonna be in working until price hits there. Okay. Now let me go back and put in that alert on this chart. I have it at 900. So I want an alert when it goes to, I wish I could type it. 968. Ugh. I actually like want 901. I can't type it. Create an alert. Okay, good. At or above, at or below 901.50. Thank you. And there's my little bell. It's gonna notify me because I got it on my phone. I got the notifications that it sold my position, and I think it was SPY. It was SPY that I had the alert at $664. So that's all I'm gonna do today. Nothing too active. My main thing was to watch ICT video, which I already did. I learned about displacement highs and lows, which is something similar to finding your fair value gap. Like, what's a good example? Like, I would find my like this would be a displacement high, right? Because you see that fair value gap. This low, ran this up, displacement high, back down. Displacement low would be opposite, like this one. You have your fair value gap, sink low, ran this high. Pretty much. I'm still learning. Displacement low. All right, so I'm gonna stop right there. I'll come back when the market closes. I want to know what SPY does just to see like if I would have held today, how today would have been good. Of course, Costco, and I want to see what NVDA does. Tonight I'm gonna do some homework on the Yahoo Finance, and I'm gonna try to see CNBC because a lot of people use that to help determine what sector they want to sell in the market when it comes to stocks, at least. I do want to get into futures, but I need to master one at first. I'm a Gemini, so I like to spin around everything, but one step at a time. All right, you guys. I will return once the market closes. Okay, I am back to close out this video. It is 4:26. The market is closed. Nothing too exciting today, honestly. Well, I don't want to say nothing too exciting. Today has been a lesson heavy day. I didn't do anything. Nothing happened. Yeah, my orders are still in work in process. Price didn't go below 900. Price didn't go above 929. I was looking at Meta. I'm just trying to get an idea of what other sector I want to look into. I had charted this somewhere. You know, you just gotta take this day by day, you guys. Yeah, I have found an fair value gap. Let me go back to Costco because that's where my position is at. Daily charts. Let me go to the 15 mark real quick. Yeah, so it came back to my fair value gap. I know I'm at the 15, but I'm gonna show you the 5. This is a perfect example of a displacement high. Price is gonna drop. As you can see, I'm gonna drop down to the 5-minute mark, but there is another fair value gap right there. And price shoots all the way up. It's bound to come back down. That would be a displacement high. And you can see it took my fair value gap right up here. I forgot where I entered. 9:08. Am I being greedy to try to push it back here? But I'm just gonna hold. I have faith, even if it's next week. But we will see, you guys. I'm gonna end the video here. Here is my homework. I don't know if I'm gonna get to it today, but tomorrow pre-market, I'm going to practice reading Yahoo Finance. I try to look at it, sitting here. I don't just want to read the headlines, but actually connecting to the sectors. This is what I was talking about, like something like this: Saudi plans for video game hub. So it's like, does that affect Microsoft and whatever this EA? Isn't it EA Sports, EA Games? Electronic Arts. EA, that is EA Games. Oh my goodness. Oh, oh, 5 minute mark. Oh, oh, we gotta look in this. Oh, it's at an all-time high. That's good for, I think, a put. Shoo, all the way down. I see that coming. Is this a whole gap? This is a whole gap. A whole imbalance. Price, that is a good, I think it's put. I don't think it's calls. I think put is you bet it's going down and you make profit off of that. That is a huge gap. Huh. This would be for a holder. You would never know about intraday. And I'm on the 5 minute mark. That's another one. I need to look at the times before I even do this completely. Yeah, closing, opening, 2:30. Oh, is this a candlestick? 2:30. Where the candle at? Where the candle at? Am I tripping? 2:30, 2:35. Oh, ooh, that's tiny. What they do right there? Okay. Mm. Well, that is still got. Wow. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about. You got to do your research. You got to do your homework. And yeah, that's my main thing. I'm just gonna try to understand what this Yahoo Finance is. And what else? Of course, tomorrow I want to watch another ICT video and just review the charts pre-market before the market opens tomorrow. All right, you guys, I'm gonna cut this, post this, and yeah, this is a smooth selling journey. I'm understanding, like, you can't make it's not gonna be quick money. It takes time and practice. That's why I'm gonna be here every day as I can, as my schedule and my life responsibilities will allow me to do so. And just take your time with it, you know. You got to make sure you keep finances coming in. That way you don't lose out on anything, you know. Make sure you have all your assets over liabilities in check. And yeah, good night, you guys. What's tomorrow, Tuesday? I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.